Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
Hey P, what's going on? London session time. Let's get it started, guys. Let's get it started. So, welcome back. I apologize, guys, about last night not being able to get on the call with you guys. We've had rolling outages here, power outages, rolling blackouts all week. The last few hours, power is finally stabilized. I'm hoping that everything stays as is. If you guys happen to just see me standing here or sitting here and the lights go out, it's not going to be a good night, but we're not going to worry about that. Hoping everything is good now going forward. So rough times here in Texas. Anybody that's in Texas, hey, shout out to you guys. Hope you guys are in a good, safe place. I know it's rough out there for some people. Thank you to all those that reached out. Definitely make sure to check on the rest of your AIRO family. All right. Real quick, we'll kick it off with a disclaimer. We've got a new disclaimer in the building, all the way from Risk Compliance. Shout out to Mariska. All right. So, as you guys can see here from Auvoria Prime, trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk. All right. High risk. You can lose money in the foreign exchange market. Even though we are in a live trade room, these trades are not financial advice. I am taking trades and letting you know that I'm taking these trades based on the strategies that I make available to you guys with the software. If you want to take them with me, you're taking those at your own risk. All right. This is not financial advice. All right. Got that out the way. Take that serious, guys. Take that serious. All right. So now that we take that out of the way, where are we at? So look for strategy number video 10 to come out. Again, we've been having issues with power all week, which kind of started off last week. So, I apologize, couldn't get the strategy video out, but strategy video number 10 comes out. I actually might go over it tonight with you guys to kind of show you how to implement it. All right. So we will go over strategy number 9. I've been noticing when I get power back up, because when power is down in our area, the cell towers go down as well. So I'm losing, access to my cell phone as well. So it's been crazy. But I will go over number 9 and number 10 tonight. And we'll see if we can't catch some pips tonight as well. All right. If you got any questions, guys, make sure to put it into the Q&A. Make sure to put it into the Q&As. That way I can make sure I get your questions answered from Q&A first, and then we'll look into the chat. All right. Let's take a look at the Q&A. All right. So people have questions about the money zone. All right, guys. So it is 1:09 a.m. my time. So let's go to the charts. All right. Speaking of the charts, so as you guys know, I took that $300 account to over $608, and we did it in like 2 weeks. Not bad. I had to get clearance to be able to share with you guys the MyFX book. I've gotten clearance, and so to make sure that everything is on up and up, because I haven't traded on an account in a while, what I did was I started a brand new $500 account tonight for you guys. And what we're going to do is, and again, I do this for you guys to ensure you guys have what you guys want. So a lot of people have asked me about having the opportunity for a MyFX book to actually share results. All right. And so I'm going to take trades on this $500 account I'm not even going to trade outside of it. So the only time I would trade on this account is during this call. All right. That way we can keep track of all our wins and losses and our growth and the pips we catch. All right. I will tonight or either tomorrow or when we get out this call or probably on the break that we usually take around in about 2 hours, I will make the MyFX book link available to you guys in the chat group. That way you guys can share the results, with those that you want to share those with. So, that you guys have that and can use that to bring people on and let them know what we're doing, with AIRO. So look out for that to come later on, either after this call, during the break, or when I wake up in the morning. I'll get that MyFX book link out to you guys. All right. So the money zone. So with my broker, as you guys can see here, the money zone is the gray shade area. All right, the gray shade area is the money zone. It's called the money zone because over 80% of all Forex of the money that's traded, and you guys know Forex is a $7 trillion a day industry. Over 80% of that 7 trillion is traded within 12 hours, from 12 a.m. Central Standard Time to 12 p.m. noon Central Standard Time. Convert that into whatever your broker server time is, and you will be correct. All right. So if we go back, look at it, this is the 5-minute chart. Let's go to the 15-minute chart, make it a little easier for us. On the 15-minute chart, if we zoom in, you'll see that not this candle, but 1, 2, 3, 4 candles ago. So if you go back 4 candles from the current candle, so 4 candles, not the current candle, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles ago. So the 4 candles before the candle we're on now. That is, if you're on a 15-minute chart, please pay attention. 4 candles ago on the 15-minute time frame was the start of the money zone. So if you put a line there, or you just put your cursor there 4 candles ago, you can look down here at the very bottom and see what time it is on your server, your brokerage server time. As you can see, mine says 2021 02/18 8 o'clock. All right, it's going to be in military time frame. That is the beginning. So my begin, as you can see here, and I'll go show you guys. The begin time, all right, the begin time is 0800. And then you add 12 hours to that to make it 2000 because it's a military time. So again, on the 15-minute time frame, 4 candles ago is the start of the money zone. All right, start of the money zone. Figure out what that time says for you by using the cursor, and then you will know what your beginning time is. Add 12 hours to that, it'll be 2000 for me. That will be your end time. So if you start at 0600, then 12 hours later is 1800. If you started at 0700, 12 hours later is 1900. That is how you tell the money zone, guys. It's not too difficult. You just have to convert 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time into your broker server time. Most of the time, you can find your broker server time by Googling your broker server time. All right. Let's look real quick here to see if we got anything playing out. So GBP pairs are now starting to trying to reverse and head into a downtrend after they've been up all last week. Not really seeing any moves right now. Euro's trying to head up. They've been in a downtrend for a while. SP 500 had a bag entry. I saw it. I didn't take it. I didn't like it. I need to see 50 pips between this and the next zone, but there was only like 26. It's dropped 45 so far though. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Could have been an easy, quick little 20 pips. Gold just ranging right here, still in a downtrend. Bitcoin with the all-time high, 52,000 plus. Shout out to Hill. In the group, you guys know him as, and make sure I don't mess his name up. Hilliard Love. Shout out to Hear Your Love for calling this out. He called it out to me last week. He said Bitcoin to be at 52,000 by Wednesday, and sure enough, it hit it. Ethereum following Bitcoin. No real entry right now. I had got a little pullback right now. We're in a little downtrend right now. All right, a little downtrend. Try a little wedge right here. Come on. All right, gold. S&P trying to drop. All right, let's check to see. We ain't got no moves right now. I'm gonna check the Q&A real quick. Yeah, gold bag. I saw that, and gold is. Let's go look at that. Someone called about a gold bag trade. So if you go look at gold, it's real hard to see. At least it was there. So I had a bag trade there. There was a green zone right there. I looked at it earlier. You can hear that trade. I'm not entering into the trade though. Why am I not entering into the trade? Well, look what happened. The AIRO moving average, the blue one, is now above the 200 moving average. So from now on, I will be trading with the market makers chart, all right, on all trades. Yes, market maker method does work on anything past just Forex pairs, but you won't hear me talk about it publicly. In the chat, you have to come to the calls. So we'll kind of go over that. You guys can see on the go, we'll talk about it and I'll come back and show you the setup. I see it here and I explain what I mean. All right. But as far as like on the calls, in the group, as well as one-on-one, as well as on the videos, we won't talk about it. Reason being, if you have to ask me about it, then you're not ready to trade that currency. Everyone wants to trade gold. Everyone wants to trade Bitcoin. Everyone wants to trade S&P 500, US 30, NAS 100, because they see everybody making a lot of pips, a lot of fast. You have to walk before you can run. And I'm telling you, if you're not ready to walk yet in these Forex pairs, you're not ready for Bitcoin and you're not ready for NAS 100. All right. Most people, I can't put it on everybody. Most aren't. So take your time. Take your time. Learn the Forex pairs, get an understanding of it, and then migrate over. All right. There's nothing wrong with walking before you run. Someone asked me what happened to all GBP pairs yesterday. Nothing. They're moving. They're just moving like normal. Let's go look at them. So GBP pair, GJ, yesterday. G Chef on the 5 minute. We ain't gonna worry about it. So look, G pair has been an uptrend, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, they turned around. It's called a reversal. It happens. It's called a reversal. All right. Called a reversal. W formation right here. V, V, V. Got multiple V's here. V, V into an M. Like 1, 2, 3. There's the M right there. 1, 2, 3. Drop. Market maker cycle was over with. The market never goes in one direction. Don't expect it to keep going up. Don't expect it to keep going down. All right. Don't expect for it to keep going sideways. Eventually, it's going to do what? Eventually, it's going to change directions. All right. So nothing happened to them. It's called a reversed. GU's been reversed for 2 days. 1, 2, 3 days up. Now it's down. GCAD. It's been up for weeks. Now it's reversing. What goes up must come down. Look at that. GN. Now it's kind of ranging at the top, but that ain't really done much. All right. G Chef. Up. Didn't really do much. Still, it was still going up. So nothing really happened to them. GI reverse. They're moving. This is what they do. This is why it's important to understand the different strategies. Because if you're only counting on one strategy, you can win with that. But you may have to be a little more patient because sometimes the market may change on you. All right. So it doesn't happen. The market's moving like it always does. Just change directions. Can you go over adjusting broker time settings? I don't adjust the broker time settings. And I just went over that, guys. I'm gonna do it one more time here. Need to pay attention, guys. Begin. All you have to do is double click 0900 if that's the start time. All you do is change it. That's it. That is it. You hit OK. You see everything shifted over. All right. That's all you got to do. 0800. Done. As I stated, 4 candles ago was the start of the money zone. So you need to look back 4 candles, use your cursor, right, your crosshair right here, figure out what 4 candles was ago, look down here at the very bottom of the screen to find out what time frame that was 4 candles ago, and then do what? That is the start of the money zone for you. That's it, guys. That's it. How to close out in partial profit. So if you're on your phone, when you're closing out partial profit, what you do is you change the lot size. So let's say you're using a 0.2 lot size, and let's say you want to close out half of it. Then when you go to close out the trade, you change the trade to 0.1. That way it only closes out half. On the computer, you can do the same thing, and I'll have to show you that once we get into a trade. All right. Am I doing 0.01 for every $100 with a $500 account? So I am not. I'm a little more aggressive because I have a lot more confidence. What I'm doing is, you guys will show you. I'll show you what you guys I'm doing. So I always recommend when trading that you use as a beginner, you use a 0.01 lot size for every $100. As you guys can see here, it's a live account, and I just started off with $500. As you can see here, account history, there are no trades on this account. I haven't made anything. As you saw, just today, not too long ago, I actually, I put the money into the account. So it's a brand new account I made just for you guys. Now that I know we can share the MyFX book. So when I'm done with this call, I'll hook up this account to a MyFX book account link, and we'll get it going. All right, and get that sent out to you guys so you guys can follow along. I'm using a 0.02 for every $100. So I should be using a 0.05 lot size on my Forex pairs. I'm using a 0.1. And then on my S&P 500 and gold, I'm using 0.05. And then on Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm using 0.01 just because it is ridiculously, oh man, we got a break of the wedge. Man, nobody told me that. Ethereum. Our last two losses we had, guys, were counter trend trades on Bitcoin. So I'm definitely skeptical on calling because Bitcoin, man, has just been in a bull lately. So I'm not going to call this. I'm only going to call Bitcoin trades with the trend, even though I really want to take the sell. Two reasons I don't want to take it. I want to take it. Two reasons why I'm not going to take it. Number one, we've been in a strong bull trend with Bitcoin, but then also Bitcoin, Ethereum, they really mimic each other. As you can see here, Ethereum is already at a zone. Bitcoin isn't quite there yet, but it wouldn't surprise me to see it have a zone pop up. All right, you can see, looking left, it's coming to an area where prices consistently hit. Look at this area. So it could easily reverse. So I'm not going to call this trade out, or I'm not going to take this trade. I'm sorry. All right, I'm not going to take that trade. We'll see how it plays out. There's some questions here. EJ waiting on the W for H on the H1. Let's go look at the EJ. EJ, E to the J. I'm gonna start looking at those higher time frames, guys. Them higher time frames, you can eat really good on it. Eat really good. Yeah. Nice little leg. 1, 2, 3. Just wait for the break above. All right, wait for the break above the neckline there. Let's go look at some H1 charts and see what they look like. H1s. Nothing good there. H1. Nothing good there. H1. Nothing good there. H1. Nothing good there. H1. Already too high. H1. Nothing good there. All right, well, nothing really too good on that. Oh man, look at that Bitcoin. Golly. Sell on US 500, which would be S&P 500. If it breaks the zone, let's go take a look. S&P 500. S&P 500. It had a bag entry, dropped. Let's see how many pips it dropped. Typically, you can get easy 50 pips on a bag entry. And it dropped 50, call 59 pips. Yep. So could see a nice little drop if it can break the zone, close below that zone. How many pips we caught? Have we took that Bitcoin trade? Where we be at right now? 200, easy 220 pips. Easy 200. I got, hey, drink of the night in the solo cup is cherry Pepsi. Cherry Pepsi. How do I control the length of my trend line? Hey, great question. Hey, so I forgot who it was. One of the AIRO users taught me this. So on the trend line, usually when you use a trend line, let me go to the blank chart here. Usually when you use a trend line, it automatically is done for you. It'll put the whole trend out. Mine, I can control the length. You see, I can control the length of mine. All right. How I did this, if you put a trend line on the chart, double click on it to get your 3 dots, and then right click on the trend line and go to trend line properties. You can come over here to parameters and uncheck mark Ray. So you see if I check mark Ray, hit OK, boom, it sticks it out for me. All right. If I uncheck mark it, then I control the length of how long I want it. So for those who like the using, you know, when you have your wedges and you're going to make a perfect wedge, you can do it this way. And then if you guys remember Matt and the team talking about the stick, you can actually use this to make your stick. All right, you can use this to make your stick now. All right, so it's comes in handy. Comes in handy. See that there? I can put it straight up. I can make that stick now. I make it real short. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Matter of fact, let's go do it on Bitcoin real quick. Delete. Go on Bitcoin and see what we should get a drop for. So it's a big wide zone for Bitcoin. It's a big wide zone. Let's see if we can get it though. So you want to go from touch to touch. So a touch. Oops. It touched here and it touched there. We should be able to just make a straight up stick, straight up. And I think I'm doing this right. Matt, if you're on a call, man, let me know if I'm doing this right or not. And so you didn't want to, oh, messed that up. All right, from there, you want to take it and put it where the break was at. So the break was here. I think it's where it started, the end of the start of the break was right there. And so Matt typically says take it halfway down the stick, which means that we should be looking to take it to about the 50,674 level. We'll see how well that plays out. Let's see how well that plays out. Bitcoin is it's a little different. It's a little different. All right, but hey, that's how you work it though. That is how you work it. Just turn off the ray. Turn off the ray. You can do it the same way on the VPS as I'm doing it right now. Somebody says to go look at EJ. EJ not doing anything. So EJ not doing anything. Let's take a scan of the market. GJ still an uptrend. Not doing nothing. Just ranging right now. GU is now officially in a still an uptrend. Still an uptrend, not doing anything. GCAD, still an uptrend. And for strategy 3 to be in place, it's gonna have to break this zone right here. It's gonna have to break that. It's gotta break the high of Asia channel, and it's gotta break this zone for me to feel comfortable to get in the trade. And looks like we have 32 pips to the upside. All right, so you guys keep an eye on GCAD. That could be a move for us here today. GN is still in an uptrend. Same thing with GN. It needs to do what? It needs to break the top of Asia session, which is just about to do now, but it also needs to break the zone. If it does, what kind of upside do we have? We got some decent upside here. 37, almost 38 pips. All right. So GCAT and GN, keep an eye on those two. G Chef, got a long way to go. But same thing here. Need to break that right there. Let's just measure these zones just to make sure we are in the ballpark. Oh yeah, 15 pip zone. GN. Let's see how big the Asia channel was. Asia channel is 33 pips. We're good. Less than 50. GCAD. About 23 pips. We're good there at GCAD too. So we're good with GCAD. We're good with GN. Look at they trying to push up. G Chef, we're good with as well. All right, just waiting for the breakup. GI got a long way to go. It's still an uptrend, so it needs to break right there. Remember, you put it at the body. Put it at the body. So it needs to break that, and it's got a lot of upside. All right. GJ, if it breaks, it's got to break that zone, but then it's got another zone above it. How far apart are those? 31 pips. All right, we'll take a look at it when it gets up there. GU, not even looking at it. It's got two zones right there. So as long as we see GJ and GU moving up, we're good because that goes in sync with everything else. GCAD trying to push through. All right. GN, slow playing. G Chef trying to push up. We'll see. GI trying to push up as well. EG. Before we do this, hey, let's take a look at what? Let's take a look at the news. So gold did break on that bag entry trade. Not bad, gold, not bad. Gold finally broke out. So if you took that bag entry trade, hey, shout out to you. Shout out to you. The news is brought to you by My Epic Book. Let's take a look at the news real quick. Look at that BTC trade. BTC bouncing back up. Bounced right back up to where that entry was we looked at earlier. That's why I didn't take the trade, guys. That zone there with Ethereum. Yeah, bouncing right back up. So tonight, nothing but green news. We have GBP news in 3 hours and 21 minutes. We will be off the call by then. And then you have that's orange folder news. Then you have red folder news in 4 hours and 51 minutes for Euro. So we're good. But if you guys continue to trade after I get off the call, make sure you practice proper risk management, or if I would do, stay out the market. Stay out the market until you see what happens to price. So someone asked about Asian breakout. Are we looking for today's Asia session to create the channel? We always look at today's Asia channel. We don't look at any other day's Asia channel. So for the Asia breakout, we're always looking at the current day's Asia channel. Watch strategy number 3, guys. Watch the video there. So strategy number 9, the market maker method. I only look at it on M15. Why? Because the individual that I learned about the market makers method, or the market makers, they were taught by a market maker, and they were told by that market maker that on the M15. So if the market makers are trading on the M15, you probably should be using the market maker method on what time frame? The M15. I actually is looking at a company today that I might be looking to purchase. They have their own software, which they call it the market makers method software. And it's all done from the M15. Everyone that I've learned or seen that has a video or some strategy, some market maker strategy, it's all done on the M15. Why? Because the market makers trade on the M15. So I would only use it on the M15, guys. How do you add the 200-day moving average? I showed on the video, guys. Got to watch the videos. All right. To do so, you're going to make sure you select on what? This icon right here underneath charts, Navigator. All right. Once you click on Navigator, you're going to come to where it says indicators. Where it says trend here, hit the plus sign, moving average. Double click on that. Brings it up here. You type in 200, shift to 0, exponential, apply to close, style. I have mine in the magenta or the pink. You can change the color there. I made mine a little fatter. I hit OK. That's it. Got to watch the videos, guys. Got to watch the videos. I'm happy to answer questions, but simple stuff like that, guys, please make sure to watch the videos. You have all the information. You don't have to wait for me. That's why the videos are there, for you guys to have all the information you need. If I miss anything, somebody pointed out today I missed some things. So I will be re-recording every video and ensuring that I don't miss anything. So I've got a new way of going to record the videos to make sure I don't miss anything. Silver, strategy 9. I don't look at silver during this time frame. Silver is a New York session pair for sure. And it's slow moving. So silver and gold, silver and oil are two I'll never trade during the session. That's just me. I've seen them too much. I don't really trade silver very often as well, so I'm not familiar with that pair. So if I don't trade certain pairs, guys, it's not because I don't want to. I'm not used to them. I'm not gonna, so the reason why the winning percentage is so high with the GBP pairs are because I trade GBPs often. So I try to stick to pairs that I really know how to trade and have a lot of experience with, so that I have what? I have the highest probability chance of winning. So what you're gonna do. If I were you, I would find 2, maybe 3 pairs to master. And then once you master them, do what? Trade only those pairs. You have the highest probability chance of winning because those pairs are the ones that you intimately know, because you've traded them for so long. All right, and only those pairs. All right. Will the 200 moving average look slightly different according to your broker? No, the 200 moving average is the 200 moving average. It's always the same. Always the same. As long as you have the settings the exact same, the only difference would be price, because different brokers have different price levels. All right, that's it. So my entry may be different from your entry because the moving average, my price may have crossed my moving average on one candle, and yours might not cross it until the next candle, or vice versa. So the moving average will always be the same. Only thing that will be changing is the zones and the price. But moving average is all the same. I don't talk about the EAs on this call because this is the AIRO call. So we're only going to talk about AIRO. All right. I do not trail my take profit and stop loss. I set mine. I get it. I either take it or not. If I see an option, there's 3 ways I get in. 3 ways I get out: take profit, hit; stop loss, hit; or an opposite colored zone pops up. So if I'm in a buy, resistance pop up. If I'm in a sell, support pops up. Those are the only reasons that I do anything with my take profit or stop loss. That's it. I don't trail. I just take profit. Now, if you want to, again, there are a lot of people that have taken, and again, for beginners, AIRO is there to help you understand the basics. Get the fundamentals down. Understand how to take trades, why to take the trades. But at the end of the day, JP1 in 5 minutes. Man, I don't look. Okay, let's go look at EJ once again. EJ, nothing. But once again, if you get to the point where you understand what you're doing, you can make changes. There are individuals that do not trade the exact way that I teach. Why is that? Because they're more experienced, or they find something that works for them, and that's the goal: is to start off understanding the basics, and then as you're going along, if you find another different way that works for you, use it. If you can use this to your advantage, that is the goal. The tool is here for you. Next is what? For you to understand how to use it for the basics. And then if you see something that I don't, or if something works with the way that you like to trade, then use that to your advantage to kill the markets. That's it. That's all it's for there. It's always there for. It's for you guys to have the tools necessary to help you out. All right. Nothing going on. I'm not selling BTC. I just explain to you why I'm not selling. So if you want to, that's up to you. I'm not selling BTC. So I explained that. Nas 100 bag 15 minute. Man, I never trade any indice on the 15-minute time frame. You're talking about some serious drawdown potential. So we can go look at it though. Plus, I don't trade Nas. I trade S&P 500, and the main reason I trade S&P 500 is because of what? A 0.01 lot size on bag entry was late. I mean, the bag entry was before we even got on the call, guys. So that bag entry is invalid. I mean, that bag entry had happened a long time ago. So if you have a bag entry now, you have a different broker. So this bag entry happened hours before we even got on the call, guys. So I'm not really sure what we're looking at here. But with my broker, a 0.01 lot size on NAS 100 and US 30 is $1 per pip. A 0.01 lot size on S&P 500 is 10 cents per pip, just like it is on your Forex pairs. So I can use a smaller account and take less, have less risk on my account, with S&P 500 than I can with the other two. That is the main reason why I trade S&P 500 more than I do the other. That way, it doesn't confuse me as well when it comes to understanding my lot sizes. Otherwise, you might mess around and have $1 lot size and put a standard lot on NAS 100 and blow your account as soon as you put it on. So, just for me, it makes it easier. Plus, it moves just like the rest of them. So, cool thing for those who didn't know, I built AIRO for US 30, NAS 100, and S&P 500. The cool thing was that after I built it around those three pairs, I happened to just say, hey, let me go put it on everything else and see what it looks like. And it just happened to work on crypto. It happened to work on Forex pairs, happened to work on precious metals and energies, stocks, happened to work on a little everything because it has basic sound fundamental principles. Someone asked me, what's my goal with this $500 account? I don't know. I haven't really had a goal because we don't trade as that often. We might take, I think the most trades we've ever took in one session was 4, but typically we take about 1 to 3 trades. So I guess my goal would be maybe to, if we can do like we did last time, see if we can't double it up every 2 weeks. So I think that's a pretty good goal. So we'll see. I take what the market gives me, guys. Take what the market gives me. Someone asked me, what do I recommend for take profit and stop loss on the M30? I don't trade the M30, so I don't know. You may have to, kind of go back and back test it yourself and figure out what makes sense. I don't trade the M30. I look at the 5 minute, the 15, the hour, the 4 hour. Those are only 4 I would look at. The two I actually trade the most is the 5 and the 15 because I'm a scalper. But when I do take longer trend trades, I look at the H1. H4 is just too long for me. ENZD for a buy. Let's go take a look. We had no entries last time I looked. Euro NZD, no entry. The bag entry came a long time ago before the money zone started. So if you want to take that bag entry, you could have took that and you could have caught you 15 pips, about as high as it went, but there's no entry right now on EUR NZD. All right. G pairs, low playing right now. G, you trying to move up strongly. There we go. GCAD. GCAD about to close. Yeah, wait, we needed to close over. We need to close over. GN heading back up. G Chef headed up strongly. I'd like to see it. GR, everything headed up strongly. So if we get it closed, we got 9 minutes. If GCAD can close above the zone and the blue line here, and this blue line is just there to tell us where the top of the zone is at. That way, if the zone disappears, we know exactly what we need to see. So we need this green candle to close above that blue line. And then, at least for me, I'll be entering the trade. So that happens. You see everything else is pushing up. Everything else is pushing up. All right. EUR GBP heading down. Man, EUR GBP got very close. Very close to strategy 9 entry. EUR AUD, nothing. NZD, nothing. S&P 500, it's chilling inside that zone. Gold retrace. Bitcoin, there it go, right back up. That's why I didn't take that trade. Right back up. Right back up. What I've learned with crypto, the longer I've been watching it, you guys should be able to catch 5,000 pips, which is really 500 pips, very easily. That little drop right there was about 2,000. However, with the way the spread was set up, you wouldn't have been up the full 2,000. It dropped 2,000, but the spread, you'd have caught about 150 of that, which is not bad, but you should be able to catch on a good move. You should be able to catch the easy 5,000 pips. Like, for example, you see right here, you got a bounce. Let's see, as you guys know, we're an uptrend. You got a bounce. You got an arrow here, and it ran up 140,000 pips, which is 1,400 pips. All right. So those are the type of moves you should be able to catch. You should be able to catch 5,000 to 10,000 pips in your sleep with Bitcoin, especially if it's a buy trend. And you see here, all the buys have been pretty, been up. The sales have been pretty low. But these buys, when they go, they get to go and they're going. All right. So those guys you see that are catching all the pips with cryptocurrency, they're catching a majority of the time in a buy. They catch some good sales every now and then, but for the most part, they catch them in a buy because Bitcoin has been bullish. This is why they take the trade, guys. I saw it again on Ethereum. Hit that zone. Now look what it's doing, reversing. Remember, you want to take, I put the wedge here to see what's going to happen. You want to take wedge trades, what? You want to take those with the trend. And if you guys remember, we've had only 4 losses since last December on London session. 3 of those losses, you guys took with me for those who took it. The other one you guys didn't. GCAD, I got out early. Everyone else stayed in. So you guys are only taking 3 losses, and all 3 losses have been counter trend trades with cryptocurrencies. So I'm learning not to counter trend trade cryptocurrency. Sometimes it works, but from a high probability standpoint, the best thing to do is to wait for what? Wait for the overall trend, which we know cryptocurrency's trend has been Very bullish. All right. Very bullish. So you got to learn from your mistakes. All right. Got to learn from your mistakes. Cannot keep doing the same thing over and over again. That is called insanity. GCAD, GCAD. Ooh, we got 5 minutes left. If it stays up there, I'm taking it. 20 pips, 20 pips. GJ, GU, GJ looking good. GN pushing up. G Chef pushing up. G pushing back up. Like to see it. We got 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So someone asked me why I put the stick where I put it at. I'm not a expert on where Matt and the team and the Hawkeye team put the stick at, so I could have put it in the wrong area. I'm not really sure. I put it where the break was at. All right. EA breakout. EA breakout. Yep, EA breaking out, but breaking down to that next zone. The zone down there, guys. Got to look at that zone. All right. We just looked at all the G pairs. I read it. Continue to rise with coronavirus numbers lowering and the country going opening up more. All right, great. Somebody says they read that pound pairs will continue to head up because coronavirus numbers are dwindling as well as the country is opening up more. That's good. That's good information. Let's go back and look. So we got some people saying that trends are a little different. Again, if your trend is different than mine, it's going to be your broker, guys. GJ is headed up, uptrend. We see that. GU is an uptrend. We see that. If you also, guys, make sure you are zooming in and out all the way. So we're looking at a GCAD buy. As you can see here, I'm zoomed all the way out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green zones, 1 red zone. 2 red zones. 62. So my GCAD trade is up. Some people say GI. GI, let's zoom out. I've got 4 red and 3 green. That's cool. All right. So guess what? We're going to delete this then here. We won't look for a buy here. But I do like that it's moving up. I like it's moving up because guess what? That tells me that we have enough of the from a confluence standpoint, or for me, I like to see the pairs moving in the same direction. All the G pairs. Look at that. G Chef moving up. GN moving up strongly. GCAD looking. Zoom in. Ooh, it's gonna be close. GCAD. It's gonna be close. GU moving up. That's all I like to see. I just want to see that they're moving up. GJ moving up. So based on the zones, every G pair is in a buy trend except for GI. All right, that's fine. That is fine. Trade the trends. So G Chef and GN, they could be the next that break through for the strategy number 3. GCAD may not even break through. We got 1 minute. See what happens here. We'll see what happens. Yeah, retracing. It's a retracing. Trying to push. Like it closed below it. I'm not going to get into the trade. Your zone disappeared, but it's still close below it. Your what was it? A year odd. We got a year odd EA sell on the M5. So we go to EA. We haven't had an arrow since yesterday. So yeah, we need to go to the M5 and look at that. And the down arrow, but you got zones there. So we're not taking that trade there. GCAD didn't take the trade because GCAD didn't close below the blue line. So even though the zone disappeared, it didn't break the top of it didn't close above it. So I don't feel comfortable taking that trade. Got to have that close. Got to have the close. Well, that's a bag entry right there. So is that a bag entry? Yeah, that's a bag entry. So I am going to take this GCAD trade for a buy, guys, because we got a bag entry. Here we go. Here we go. So I am taking this because we have a bag entry. We have a bounce, arrow. Therefore we go. 20 pip take profit. This is strategy number one. Strategy number uno. Boom. And then we want a 40 pip, what? A 40 pip stop loss, which is way down here. On the dot. GJ. So I took that trade, guys. Even though it wasn't strategy 3, we did get what? We had the bounce arrow go. Bounced. There's the arrow on that last candle, so I got in the trade. All right, we're up a pip right now. So that's why I got in. I didn't get in on strategy 3. I got in for strategy number 1. We're up about 5 pips right now, moving good. I like it. GN above the zone, so we can get in that trade here. I'll be looking to get in that one if it stays above this blue line here in the zone for strategy number 3. G Chef pushing, not there quite yet. G Odd pushing up, that's good. We got a confluence, even though it's in the downtrend. All right. Euro GBP, that's good. It's heading in the opposite direction. I like that. I like that. Euros heading down. When euros are heading down, pound pairs are headed up. It's all a good sign. All a good sign. S&P 500 trying to push down. Come on, S&P 500, give us a break. I caught this trade yesterday. I meant to call. I was going to call it out, but I was losing power. And like I said, when power goes out, I also lost service. But I caught this trade last night. I want to show it to you guys. Classic bag entry. So last night at the beginning of the money zone, bounce. You got an arrow here. I took this trade. Got in right here. And the crazy thing is, I made sure to set my take profit and stop loss. As soon as I got done setting my stop loss, our power went out and I lost sales service. But you see here, it went backwards 31 pips and it dropped 98 pips. I had 2 positions and I put it at 50 pips. So it knocked both of those out. I caught 100 pips on that trade. That's how you trade it. That's how I trade it. I go for 50 pip take profit and I have 100 pip stop loss. Because these bad boys are wild. They are wild. I'm working on the strategy right now. For all those, again, I got to put the rules out, but for those who are in the crypto group that have caught 10,000 pips or more, we'll have a same group for the indices. So if you caught 10,000 pips or more with indices, you'll have the same rights, the same privileges. You'll get your own private group. That group will have at least one call a week where we talk about only only indices, only trade on indices. And there will be a secret strategy just for that group. And I'm telling you, this strategy is an institutional investing strategy that will allow you to do what? Allow you to potentially catch. I think I saw somebody earlier, so they got faked out by US 30. How would you like to know exactly when to get in US 30 and be able to have a stop loss of 5 to 10 pips and be able to catch, 100 pips. That's the type of strategy that I have for those who actually dedicate themselves to learning what that we have here, and then getting to the point where they have 10,000 pips. And I can tell you, I already know a couple that have 10,000 pips in indices, and so you guys will see that roll out this week as well. Strategies fire. Cryptocurrency group, they got a strategy. I'm gonna teach them as well. That's only for cryptocurrency. It's a fire strategy. And then if you're in the FTMO, or I should say the funded, group, for those who get a funded account, whether it be FTMO, Audacity, Funding Talent, whoever these groups are, if you get it, you have a verified funded account, you'll get the same privilege of getting a nice strategy to help you out. All right. So these are just benefits and privileges for those who are taking to heart what I'm teaching, applying it, winning with it, and then they're being rewarded with it later on down the line. So we're currently 4 pips up on GCAD. Strategy number 1. As you can see here, we're just joining. You zoom out, we have more green zones than red zones. So right now, 6-1. Therefore, we took this bag entry trade here. Bounce, the arrow, we got in on this one. We got in a little late, but we're up 5 pips right now. That target of 20 pip take profit right now with a stop loss of 40 pips. All right, we're up about 5 pips right now. Let's go look at it. Let's go look at some more Q&A. Yeah, I'll go over fib. So we'll go over strategy 8, 9, and 10 today, guys. So yeah, we'll go over that. We will go over the 8, 9, and 10 tonight. All right, guys, everybody's getting confused by the 200. The 200 is just a moving average for strategy number 9. So if you're not applying strategy number 9, do not worry about the 200. Do not worry about the 200. UK 100. I don't have experience with it. I have experience with the GER 30, which is the first pair I traded, first indice I traded. But let's go take a look at it. Let's go add it real quick because I don't know if I have it. View symbols. Indexes, UK 100, and then the GER 30. Close. All right, so let's go pull it up here. UK 100, London session. Put this bad boy in 5 minutes. And we'll go with AIRO Market Maker. Man, we should have been in this bad boy. Look at that. Nice little bag entry at the beginning of the money zone. Dropped 130 pips. Ooh, not bad. I'm gonna have to play around with this one. Shout out to, who's that? Shout out to iPhone user. Shout out to iPhone user for calling it out. We may have to take a look at UK 100 a little more often since it does move during London session. I can tell you, look at it, you can see the majority of the movement in the first half of the money zone. That tells you there's a lot of movement during London session. And then of course the UK, this is their time right now. This is their time. Man, look at that bad boy. We're up 8 pips on GCAD, up 9 pips on GCAD. So if you're in that GCAD trade with me, shout out to you. We are +9. Some of you guys may be more or less depending on when your entry was. Let's pull up GER 30 as well. GER 30. I want to pull that one up as well. I want to say it moves during London as well, but I'm not too sure. I like to go to the 5 minute on the indices just because they are volatile. The more volatile a pair is, guys, for me, I go to a lower time frame so that I can, or double digits +11 on GCAD +13. Let's go look at GCAD right quick. GCAD +12. GCAD pushing. Push it to the limit. Oh yeah, everything up. Plus 15, plus 14 right now. Oh man. GJ trying to push too. What we got? 5 minutes? Golly. Let's mark that real quick. All right, plus 16 on GCAD. GU. GCAD pushing. GN. Yeah, we missed GN. By the time GN closed, it's a wrap. So it looks like we benefited from that green news, the green photo news, GBP news. Oh no, we didn't even know. Oh man, G Chef up there. GI is in a downtrend, but it's probably pushing up. EG should be pushing down strongly. Euro odd, kind of chilling right there. Euro NZD trying to push down. Euro JPY. I don't know what it's doing. S&P 500 broke the zone, but it's up instead of down. Gold. What's gold doing? Pushing back down. Gold pushing back down. BTC chilling inside the wedge. Same thing with Ethereum. All right. Back to GCAD plus 14. Come on, GCAD. Take us out of our misery. Hit that 20 pips so we can call this fresh first trade on a new account. Let's get it out. Let's get it out. All right, so about 15 pips in profits. You know what that means, guys? 16 pips, 17 pips. I'm going to move my stop loss in profit about 2 pips. When you get about 15, 16 pips in profit, do not give it back. Do not give the money back, guys. I'm putting mine in profit 2 pips. Boom. Therefore, what? If this trade turns around, I don't lose. All right. When you get most of the profit there, at least 75% of the way to your goal, lock in profits. Don't just lock in break even. Everyone tells you, oh, put it at break even. No, at least put it in profit, at least 1 pip. Here's why. You have a commission to pay. Therefore, if you put it at break even, your trade won't make money and your account will lose the commission. You have to at least put in profit 1, 2 pips, depending on your commission, to ensure you cover the commission. Therefore, it's a true break even. All right. So I put mine in profit always about 2 pips. That covers my commission and usually gives me a little bit of profit if it reverses. All right. Plus 17. We got 2 minutes. Let's see what we can get. Plus 18. It's playing with us. We almost there. First trade back. Bag entry, strategy number 1. For those who don't believe how easy strategy number 1 is to implement, I don't think we've ever lost a bag entry trade on this call, on London session. So bag entry, the easiest way to trade AIRO is strategy number 1. Strategy numero uno. Number 1. That's what this is, guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. Come on, baby. Give me the 2 pips. Get up out of here, man. Stop playing with us. It's stalling right now. If you guys look left, look where that take profit line is at. Look at that. Look what prices come down to quite often. That's why it's stalling right there. That's why it's stalling right there. Otherwise, it probably would have took us out. Come on, baby. Take us out of our misery. All right, let's look at this. GN has broke through. Still about 25 pips away. G Chef has broke through, and it's way up there. I like G Chef though. We're in day 3 of the push. You see here's a W, V, V, GER 30 for a buy. Way to go look at that. GI. Oh yeah, GI the downtrend. GBP NZD. Break of the money zone. So I'm going to enter in on GBP NZD. All right. I'm not. Am I going? And let's see here. GU in the zone. GJ is above. How are we looking at GJ? How are we looking? How far are we away from the next zone? 25. I'm gonna enter a buy-in on GJ as well. And I'm stopping there at 3 entries just due to the fact we got 3 on this account for me. So 20 pips right there. The stop loss right here. 40 on the dot. So we're in a GCAD buy for a bounce arrow go. We're actually in the same thing. If you look at GJ, we're in a bounce arrow go as well. So we're in a bag entry trade, but it's also the break of strategy number, the break of the agent session as well. So that's a double confluence. I like that when you have multiple strategies that match up. All right, GCAD, we're not worried. We're right there up 17 pips. We got our stop loss and profit. So we're, that's a guaranteed win right there. GBP NZD, we're in a strategy number 3 trade. All right. So break the agent session. That's all I'm worried about. That's all I'm messing with right now. All right. That's all I'm messing with. Oh, GCAD said 20 pips. Oh, look at that. G-Odd is also a bag entry, but it's a downtrend, so we don't take that one. Come on, GCAD, close that trade. I'm gonna go look at GCAD. We at plus 20, and you ain't closed. Come on, baby. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Let's go. Oh, no, you didn't. Well, that's why I got mine at 205. Let's lower that take profit to 20. Can we get 20 on the dot? That's close enough. 201, 20.1. We should have been out. Dang. I had mine at 20 and a half pips, 20.5. So we sit there and chill on that one. It'll take us out. We'll get another little push here. We'll get another little push. Either way, it's a guaranteed trade. Matter of fact, it got up there, so I'm going to lock in some more profits on that trade. I'm going to lock in some more profits. Put that bad boy up to 10 pips. Just to lock in some more profits, but it's going to take us out. Not worried about that one. All right, so let's go ahead and stop the sharing here. Oh, so some of y'all got TP hit? Oh, man. I ain't hit mine yet. Golly, shout out to you guys. Someone asked me about adding AIRO to TradingView. We'll see. We shall see. That's all I can say right now. Version 4, no ETA. Still waiting on VPS. Doesn't make any sense to bring out version 4 if VPS is not rectified. So for everyone who doesn't know, the VPS currently right now, the VPS is currently the companies they're working on bringing on 2 new companies so that we have 2 companies instead of just one that handles VPS. All right, giving out new VPSs. So we are waiting for those companies to come on board to help out with to help us out when it comes to relieving some of the the pressure that one company has with the growth of the company. So right now the company's growing at an exponential rate. Typically we're seeing about 400 to 600 people come in every week. Now we're seeing 1,000 plus people come in every week. So the company is finally hitting that growth trajectory. And I can tell you with a couple big people coming in very soon, you guys are going to see the AIRO chat grow exponentially over the next 3 months. It wouldn't surprise me if we get a triple the group, the AIRO group. All right. So let's see here. Shout out to GCAD, GCAD, GCAD. Share my screen real quick. GCAD 20 pip and dip. It took my 20 pips out so you guys can see it here. Boom, boom, boom. GCAD. When you see this green right here on TP, that means your take profit that you set was hit. All right. If you see the red show up, that means your stop loss was hit. All right. That's what it means when you have your green. Now, if you close the trade out early, you won't see that. But if your take profit was hit, then you'll see under take profit, it'll be highlighted green. And under stop, if it hits stop loss, under stop loss, it'll be highlighted red. All right. That's what those mean. All right. All right. So we hit that. We hit that. We're up. We want to know right now. We are currently in a GJ buy because of a bag entry, bounce, arrow, go, plus a break of the Asia session. All right. We're in an uptrend. So we're down about 14 pips right now. GN, we are in for similar reasons. GBP NZD, it broke the Asia channel. All right. So it broke the Asia channel. That's why we're in on that one. I never did set my take profit for GN and stop loss. Let's go set that. Boom, boom, boom. Then bring this down here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Boy, I love AIRO. I don't know about you guys, but I love AIRO. Welcome back. If you missed Asia channel, London session, hey, welcome back. First call out. We in there. GI, we enter in GI with a buy because GI is a downtrend. If we go look at it, real quick. GN trying to push up. GJ still down. They're both down for me, depending on your entry. GI is down as well. But again, GI is in a downtrend. There are more red zones and green zones. All right. Well, there were. Now it's the opposite. Oh, never mind. There it is. Got to zoom out all the way. Got to zoom out all the way. More red than green. That's why we're not entering in on GI. Technically, you could because it's going the same direction and everything else, but I like to practice what I preach. Plus, I'm not going to over leverage the account by having 18 different entries. I got 3. Well, I had 3. Now I've got 2. GCAD still rolling, but we got our 20 pips. GN down 2, GJ down 14, but everything we're starting to move back up. So as long as we're still moving up, I'm good. I'm happy. So I'm just waiting for everything to keep moving. Again, every trade is never going to go straight in your direction. I don't care what strategy you use. There's no one in the world that wins every trade, and there's no one in the world that never has drawdown. Even some of the best traders out there always gonna have draw. Even the banks have drawdown because of the way they trade. When you see strategy number 10, you'll know what I mean. All right, I'm trying to answer some more of these questions, guys. Somebody asked about CAD JPY. I'm behind on questions, guys. I apologize. CAD JPY. I don't trade this pair. Right now, we're down about 11 pips. 10 on GJ, 1 on GN. CAD JPY, I'm not really sure why we're looking at this pair right now. Nothing going on. Nothing going on. Nothing going on. Had a down arrow into the zone. If you see something different, you can see something different. GN finally in profit. GJ down 8 pips and heading up. So nothing really going on. I wouldn't be looking to trade this pair. It's just ranging. Right now, no real breakout. So nothing there for me. Up 3 in GN, down 7 on GJ. Let's go look at Ethereum. Ethereum starting to come back out. Bitcoin come back out. All right. Let's go back over here. GN down 1. GJ down 9. Come on, GJ. Quit playing with us. Come on, get up there. So someone asked why technically does having a different broker change the way AIRO behaves? As we talked about multiple times, different brokers have different price points. So even though, let's go take a look at it, guys. Let's go take a look at it. So right now, my entry on GJ is at my entry on GJ is 146.945. All right. The top of this candle where we had the entry at, or we should have entered in at, where the bag entry came in at, was at 146.963. On your different broker, this candle, the top of this candle right here, where the bag entry gave us the entry, the arrow gave us the entry for the bag entry, that might not be 146.963. It might be 146.993 or 933. Different brokers have different price points. The zones, where they show up, how big they show, are all based off of price. The arrows pop up based on price. Everything is based off of price. So if a broker is different, they're going to have different price. They're going to have potentially different zones. That is why technically AIRO behaves different on different brokers. It's all about price, guys. All about price. GA's in a downtrend. Someone asked about, does GU have a bag entry coming? I don't speculate. I don't know. I can guess all I want, but I don't care about guessing. I trade what I get. Yes, it had a bag entry, but it's in the zone, and there's another zone right above it. So I'm not taking it because the probability of this reversing can happen. Right now, we are +3 with GN, and we're -5 on GJ. I trade what I see. All right? I trade what I see. I don't speculate. When you speculate, you lose because then you start to enter in trades beforehand. I do not speculate. I only trade what I see. That's it. That's all I know to do. It's the only thing that makes sense. Trade what you see. If you trade what you see, you have the opportunity to make the best educated trade you can. If you guessing and you enter a trade, and then by the time it finally gives you the setup, it's a setup for the opposite direction. So you got to trade what you see, guys. Don't get too anxious to get into the trade. Happens all the time. I used to be the same way. Learn from someone who has lost a lot of money in the market learning this game. Euro USD on the M15. People keep asking about Euro USD. Let's go take a look at it. We're +7 and -7 right now. GN's up 7, GJ's down 7. Now 6 and 6. Let's see here. EUR USD M15. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. AIRO MM. It's in a downtrend, guys. It's in a downtrend, and it had a bag entry for a buy. Not taking that trade. It's in a downtrend. I don't, you trade against the trend at certain time frames. If you go watch strategy number 6, this is not that time. So I wouldn't enter the trade. Someone asked me about what does CUR on the funny papers means. So what does CUR on the funny papers means? My grandfather on my mom's side used to tell us that all the time. So it's something that's just been stuck with me for years. Found out it was actually in a movie back in the 60s. But these funny papers were the comic section in the newspaper. So that's what the funny papers. So, see you guys in the funny papers. See you in the funny papers. See you in the comic section. Don't know, just something that's lively. Hey, see you later. There's another way of saying see you later. Because the funny papers always comes out every Sunday. All right. So it's see you later. See you again. See you next Sunday. All right. Got new candles coming out. 30 pips on GCAD. For those still in GCAD, shout out to you. 100 pips in one trade from Alexis. Shout out to Alexis. Let's get it. Come on now, VPS. Be nice to us. GU on the 30-minute chart. Oh, yeah, we ain't worried about that. So, okay. Thank you. Come again. +5, -5. Come on, GJ. Playing games. Go on, push up. Yeah, we feeling good. You're feeling good. +7 on GN, -5 GJ. Let's get it. Man, let me try to catch some of these questions, guys. Yes, you can use Fibonacci on whatever time frame you want to use it on. So Fibonacci is not just M15. Again, a lot of my examples, guys, that I give are on M15 because that's the time frame I trade. Again, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna re-record everything and give you guys more information. So you got, I'm getting a lot of questions and I didn't think these would come. So I will look to give more information when I go back and re-record. All right. The blue line, how do I add the blue line to the chart? So the blue line is simply just right up here on the chart. It's the horizontal line. That's it. I just changed the color to blue. Horizontal line right there. Or +4, -4 right now, guys. +4, -4. I'll talk about the MA 200 with strategy number 9 here pretty soon. Once we get out of these 3 trades, once we close these next 2 trades, then we'll talk about that. BTC 60K Monday. A lot of companies buying in and turning shares into BTC. So Mr. Hill, you love. Hey, he was right on the first time. He said 52K by Wednesday. I was like, okay. And it hit 52K on Wednesday. So he says 60K on Monday. I believe him. Let's see what happens. G-Chef Web, Strat 3, and 4OK for resistance broken. G-Chef. Let's go look at G-Chef. G-Chef. Yeah, G-Chef. Easy money. So G-Chef did have the wedge. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Beautiful little wedge right there. And you can enter it in right here. Because this right here broke the wedge. The trend is up. And you'd have caught you a nice little 15 pips on your way to 20 pips. Great setup right there. Great setup. You see, guys? Look, that's a bounce. That's a bag entry too. Bag entry. But remember, there was a zone up here, but then this broke the zone. If you guys look at it, all these strategies, they all line up. This is a break of the wedge, a bag entry, and a break of A session channel, all into one strategy. I mean, all into one move. So as you guys can see, the strategies line up and you can have multiple confluences. And all confluence means is that another strategy lines up with another strategy as far as the entry. All these were all the same. You had a bag entry and a wedge breakout on this candle. The next candle gave you what? Gave you the breakout of the Asia session. They all work together. Why? Because they're all basic Forex principles based on the basic foundation of how you trade Forex with the trend, with the money, precise entries. That's it. Now GN is in the negative and GJ is positive. Boy, I tell you, these two need to figure it out. Come on, baby, let's go. I need 20 and 20 so we can call it 3-0. Let's get it. Need to get done. Got to help these people catch some pips since we missed some yesterday. S&P 500 dropped again. But again, yeah, there's no real entry there. I'm not taking that trade. Gold heading back up. Bitcoin stalling. Ethereum's stalling. EUR AUD on the minute 5. Okay. EURAUD on the 5 minute. Last time I remember it was in the zone. Yep, still there. Bag entry, but the zone right there. I ain't touching it. -10 on GN and -1 on GJ. Boy, how the tables turn. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta have patience, guys. Sometimes you gotta have patience. We're down 7 pips on combined right now. It's a -6 on GM, -1 on GJ. So and people are asking about how to join the crypto group. So how to join the crypto group. To join the crypto group, you must catch 10,000 pips or more, minimum 10,000 pips on a live account. And then you must put it on a MyFX book link, send it to me so that I can verify it. If I verify you have caught 10,000 pips on a live account on crypto, you then get what? You will then receive access to the crypto group. All right. If you go to the pinned messages in the AIRO chat, AIRO bag chat, you will see all the rules. Same thing for the indices. All right. AIRO trade on binary, we'll release that when it's ready. There's no timeline for it right now. The beta test group is going through the trading right now, but right now there is no current launch date. So someone says they have a buy off of GU on the H1. Let's go take a look at that. Now GJ is back in profit. Boy, these two, boy, they so funny. They so funny. GU, look at GU, moving. Anybody want to know why GU is running up? Anybody care to know? Anybody want to care to know? All right. We are positive on all trades right now. But if you guys see this here, GJ or GU was in what? An uptrend. Here is the W. V went sideways. Here's the M. Guess what? Market maker cycle is over right here. And then it did what? It pushed down for 3 days. M, A, another A, and a W. Now the market maker cycle is over, and the market makers decided to do what? They decided to say, hey, we're now ready to head into a buy trend. And now they're in a buy trend. And guess what? If you can time this right, once you start understanding the market, you could have entered that trade in and take it all the way through the zones. 50 pips. It's up right now, 39 pips. And actually, I would have took the trade, and we'll get there, technicals. I would have took the trade here because it broke, the M broke, this candle right here broke the neckline of the W. The trend is over with. And from that entry right there, you're up 45 pips. In a matter of 1, 2, 3, less than an hour. Less than an hour. So when you can start to see this in the market, you will have a better idea of what? Of where the market is potentially heading. All right. Understanding the market maker cycle is not just understanding about the 200 moving average. It's mainly understanding what? The cycle of the overall trend. So you have what? You have the best case scenario of trading in the right direction so that you do what? You catch pips. That's what the whole game is. Don't worry too much about the 200. That just helps you to get into the trades. All right. Understand how to read the market. I can see it because I've been looking at it for a long time. It was easy for me to learn because I've been trading for it for a long time. So when I learned the market maker's method, which was taught to this gentleman by an actual market maker, then guess what? It clicked for me very easily. And I had to take time to back test it, trade with it, understand it. But it resonated with me a lot easier because I've been spending time on the charts. So the more time you spend on the charts, the better and easier it is for you to actually start to understand the actual cycle and see it for yourself. And when you see it, can identify it. Oh, okay, I know what we're doing. I know where the market is going. And then when you see it's an uptrend, a market maker's uptrend, you can do what? You can start taking trades through the zones. Or you can start taking trades with strategies in the direction of the trend and not have to worry about what? Not have to worry about drawdown. Not have to worry about, being scared of taking a trade, being confident in using a lot size bigger than what I recommend. That's the reason why I recommend the 0.01 lot size for every 100 for beginners. And then as you get more experience, you can trade with bigger lot sizes. My frat brother was in a group. I think he had like an 18.45 lot size on. He knows what he's doing. He's been trading for a while. He knows what he is doing. And he was part of my original group that actually had access to my software before I even had the contract with AP to bring it to you guys. And he's been using the software even longer than you guys have. And so that only helped him out is more as well. I talked to him today about those trades he put in the group. I said, man, what are you doing? But he knows what he's doing. So I mean, I just, as you have more time in the markets, guys, you'll start to see more and more. You'll start to see more and more. Come on, baby. GJ, GN, we need that push. We need that push. Get us out. Take us out. Take us out of our misery. I need to see 20 pips so we can be 3-0. Start this out right. Let's go scan the markets real quick. Ethereum. Nothing. Bitcoin. Nada. Gold. Nope. S&P 500. Nope. EJ. Nope. EN. I don't think we're ready. Are we ready to go over that one yet here? Plus 11 on GJ. We're in an uptrend, so I wouldn't have took it. We are plus 11, plus 10, plus we getting there. Plus 10 and plus 10. Let's go. Gotta have patience, guys. Nothing goes straight to the take profit. Have confidence in your trade and trade with confidence. And when you do, you'll be ensured that you'll be satisfied with what? Your results. All right. Plus 13, plus 12. I wasn't worried about it. Were you? I wasn't. Look at that, baby. Look at that. Like clockwork. GN plus 17. Oh, let's go put that profit. Let's go put that in profit real quick. GN. Go put our stop loss in profit. About to guarantee this trade. Baby. Don't do that to us, GN. Don't do that to us. Don't do it to us. Don't do it to us. What you doing? I'm putting in profit. We get hit, we get hit. GJ, we right there. I'm putting in profit too. I am guaranteeing these trades. I am guaranteeing these trades. These will not be losers. Boom. 3-0 tonight, guys. It doesn't matter what happens now. Both of these trades are guaranteed to win. All right? Guaranteed to win. GJ's hitting some, you look left, look at that. Look at all, look what prices are just ranging at. So it's hitting that ranging area, just like what happened with GCAT, kind of stalls. GN, man, GN is just being a, boy, you know, he might take us out. Took us out. That's all good. We made that trade. We hit that trade. I'm gonna let GJ play out. I could just close the trade right now, but guess what? I'm not, because it may turn around and head up. So I've locked profit in. I'm not worried about it. I've locked profit in. GN may head back up and take us out at 20 pips, and that's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. But then it may also continue to go all the way back down the opposite direction. All right. See, it's heading back up. Not worried about it. If it hits TP, hits TP. We did the right thing, locked in the profit. Because it could easily just head all the way back down. Someone sent me a message yesterday. They were up 150, no, they were up 55 pips on a trade, and they didn't move their stop loss, and price came all the way back and hit their stop loss. That is why you put your stop loss in profit. All right? Got to put it in profit, guys. Got to put it in profit. Once you get up on a trade so far, you got to put it in profit. If it hits that, that's fine. This trade may come all the way back down. But guess what? I didn't lose. I only caught 2 pips. But not worried about it. I didn't lose. Let's go look at it. Let's go look at it. Go look at it. Count history. Hit our stop loss, but our stop loss is in profit. Made a couple of dollars, nothing crazy. But it hit our stop loss. So remember what I said, if it hit your stop loss, it'll be red. So it hit our stop loss, but guess what? Our stop loss was in profit. All right, this is why I do it, to ensure that I don't lose a trade, because it could easily come all the way back down. It could easily go back the way, but again, that's a 50-50 move. It's all about managing your risk. It's all about the highest probability. All right. So I'm gonna leave that there. I got 2 pips in profit here. Don't really care. Not losing the trade. I do not care what happens now. All right. So now that we 3-0 for the day, 20 pips for my first 2.0 lot size. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Trey. Exactly. Never go broke taking profits. I'm putting that on a t-shirt, guys. You can never go broke taking profit. All right. Never. So for bag, do you always have to wait for the arrow to show? What if the arrow doesn't show? Should you take it? Bounce, arrow, go. Bag stands for bounce, arrow, go. No arrow, no go. Craig said he got his 3 wins. Shout out to Craig. Shout out to Craig. He got his 3 wins. We're up 11 pips right now on GJ. I got my 3 wins too. I might not get the 60 pips that I wanted, but I'm not going to lose. So it says their software is frozen. You guys need to make sure that you're rebooting. All right. So look at that, 14 pips, heading back up. All right. So if I close my charts here, guys, I'm sorry. Let me go to my other one real quick. Plus 15 on GJ, which means GN is heading back up too, and I'm mad. GN is just a pain in the butt. Oh no, GN heading back down big time. It's past our stop loss. We did right. We did right. So let me pull up my other. Where's it at? There it is. So share my screen, guys, with my AP. With my AP desktop. Let's go, GJ. Let's go. Let's go, GJ. Let's go. Need my 20 pips, dog. So let me share my screen. Share AP screen. All right, here is my AP VPS. You close down the chart here. Right here, you get reboot. You need to make sure you reboot. If you're having issues with the lag, also make sure you're updating your windows. All right. And then last but not least, I will show you on the website as well where else you need to reboot on the website. All right, so here is the website. Well, real quick, let's go look at GJ real quick just to make sure what we're doing right here. GJ plus 15 pips, plus 15 still for GJ. Just chilling out right there. We could take profit right here. You're just sitting right there. Could take profit. What I do is because it's sitting there, I'm going to move up my take profit to about 5 pips in profit. Just put it up a little more. Secure more of that bag. All right. All right. Now let me stop sharing and let me go share my. All right. So here is the Auvoria Prime website. So if you click on these 3 little lines here, you get the menu pop out. Go to AP Marketplace right here. Select Switch Tools. It'll bring you to this screen. Next, you want to do is select Launch VPS. Once you launch your VPS, you then want to come here to your VPS accounts. Select that. Select the drop down. Access pass running. Select that. Don't worry about the password. We're just going to reboot. And boom, right there, reboot your VPS. All right, so you can reboot from inside the VPS and reboot from the website. Do both. All right, just to ensure. And then also make sure that you're updating your Windows at least once a week. All right, at least once a week. Let's go back and take a look at good old GJ. Plus 15 pips. Plus 15. Let's go. Come on, GJ. Let's go look at GN real quick. GN. Look at that. Came all the way back down. GJ looking good. GU. GU. Doom, doom, doom. Soldier Boy. Well, that's a heck of a move right there. 50 pips. It's a 50 pip move when you start to understand the market maker cycle. And again, when we start to get, I'm going to have a part 2 out of market maker's method, which kind of explains how to catch the first move. Yeah, that's 55 pips right there, guys. 54 pips. 54 pips. Done. Imagine being able to catch 50 pips like that. That's what happens when you study the market. Got to study that market. Look at that. 55 pips would have been in 1, 2, 3, an hour. You got 50 pips in an hour. Been done. Standard lot on a 50 pip move, $500. Somebody said let's go look at it. I think it was Trey. Was it Trey? Trey put a 2 standard lot, caught 20 pips. Imagine if he caught 50 pips with a 2 standard lots, $1,000 in an hour. All right, shout out to LG Styles, 20 pips on gold. Man, I like playing with you guys, man. I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are fun. You guys are fun. It's always fun catching pips. Always fun catching pips. GCAT, what GCAT? GCAT still moving. GN coming down even further. This is why we book our profits, guys. It's back well below our entry. This is why you put your take profit in, your stop loss and profit. G Chef broke above. Did we get a 20 pip move? How many pips we get on G Chef? G Chef ran up about 16. All right. GI ran up too. AIRO, S&P, UK 100. go look at those. UK 100s for a buy. Nope, in the zone. And S&P, no sir. There go GJ starting to come down. We got 5 pips locked in for GJ, so I don't care what happens to GJ. It comes back down his. We got 5 pips locked in. And the reason I moved up to 5 pips is because of all this right here. Price was running into that. Price will typically repeat what? It's typically going to repeat what happened to the left. So if you look left, it's going to repeat because price repeats itself. You see price just kind of ranged right here. Over and over, broke down, came back up, finally broke down. But it's just kind of hitting this area right here. This area, this is that, again, the zones are going to show you major support levels and major resistance levels. So major support, major resistance. But there's going to be it's going to be what you call mild or medium levels of support and resistance. And to find those, you just look left. And what do I mean by medium? I mean, they're not, the zone's not going to show them. The zone shows major levels. But if you look left, you can see there's mild. Look at it. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. That's a zone by itself. Look at that zone in between those 2 blue lines. Look at that. Price just ranged back and forth. Look at that. Came down, bounce, up, bounce, 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 broke through, came back into it, bounce, broke through a little bit, came back down, came back into the zone, stalled out, came back out. You see this zone right here. This is it could be another zone, but it's not because it's not a major zone. All right. So once you start to look left and understand the markets, guys, you understand what's going on. All right. I could just close the trade out. Who knows? We may just do it. Let me just look at it. We might just close it out. GU starting to try to come down. GCAD's in the zone. GN is falling hard. G Chef falling hard. GOD falling hard. So you know what? We're at plus 10, plus 11. I'm closing trade, guys. I'm taking my little. I took my 10 pips. I'm out. We're up, let's call it $25. So I'm up 5% tonight. It's not bad. 5% on 3 trades. Nothing crazy. Didn't over leverage my account. I could have over leveraged like I usually do when I trade, but I'm going to use a little more, man, EG. I want to use a little bit more control, guys. Here to show you guys that you can, practice what I preach. I guess you could say. I want to practice what I preach. That is the game plan. For the most part, I'm over leveraging a little bit, but I have a higher level experience than those that I recommend to do so with a 0.01 for every 100. All right, guys. So 20 pips GCAD, 10 pips GJ, 2 pips on GN. Let's look at GN. GN, look at that, falling hard. You'd be in a negative right now. So 32 pips for the night. Some caught more. No losses. That's the beautiful thing. No losses. Secure the bag. It's okay not to hit 20 pips take profit. When you understand what's going on, it's okay to not hit it. So go look at GJ. We took profit on GJ. And again, the reason why I took profit is because all the other G pairs are coming down. All right? They're coming down. So that's their confluence. If they're coming down, then guess what? There's an opportunity for what? For me to lose a trade. GJ is going back up. That's cool. I took my 10 pips. I didn't lose. Can't go broke taking profit. And we'll find another trade. We will find another setup. GJ could go up here and TP. I'll be mad. But hey, I didn't lose pride. I didn't lose anything. So no worries. Some people still may be in a trade. I took the trade because of all the other G pairs that are starting to fall. All right. That's just me. That's what I do. All right. That's just what I do. All right. We got Euro NZD and Euro odd sales. They're in downtrends. Are they bag entries? Yep, bag entry into the zone, no go. Euro NZD bag entry, no bag entry. Didn't bounce off anything. So that wouldn't be a trade. All right, let's go answer some more questions, guys. Go answer some questions. It is 3 o'clock my time, so we're on a break. So we're gonna take a quick 15-minute break. We'll come back in about 15 minutes, guys. We are all out of trades. At least I am. If you guys still in, great. I am all out of trades right now. So when I come back on for the last 45 minutes, we will go over strategy 8, which is fibs, strategy 9, which is the market maker method, and strategy number 10, which is the bank induction move, which has not even come out yet. All right. So 14 minutes from now at 15, I'll be back. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here and answer some questions for those who I haven't answered questions for. So in the meantime, hey, let's vibe out.
We brought levity to each other's lives. But there's a lot more to life than that, and I realized that in these last few years. And we just became very different people. And so we had nothing in common overnight. It's very strange.
All right, guys, we are back. Shout out to the group. If you haven't, hey, go wake up these guys by posting your results in the chat. Go wake these guys up and post the results in the chat. Wake them all the way up. Let them know every night they missed this call. So let's go back to the charts. Let's go back to the charts. As you can see here, GJ went and hit TP, and then you got another arrow and it's starting to head back up. So, hey, I get things wrong as well. But why did I close out GJ early? All right, so you guys know I like confluence. So GU was heading down. GCAD was heading down. Now it's heading back up. GN came all the way back down. You'd still be in the negative because we had our entry right here. You'd been down as much as 20 pips when we were up 16. So when price gets in profit 15 pips or more, I put my profit in, my stop loss in profit. All right. EG, people talked about that trade. EG, there was a zone right there. So looks great, but there was a zone right there. All right. EA, there wasn't nothing. EN, some people took this strategy 9 trade. I'll go over that. But I would have took that sell because what? If you understand what's going on, sure. But guess what? We're in an uptrend still. We're in an uptrend. All right. So that was a counter trend trade that some people took and won. All right. It does work if you can identify the market, but we're in an uptrend. All right. Stick with the trend. The trend is your friend. Nothing going on with SPX 500 right now. Actually, SPX 500 is coming close to a strategy 9 trade as well. We may actually enter into this trade. If we get this closed right here, if we close below the AIRO moving average, I'll be entering into a sell on SPX 500. And I love it because gold is heading up. So gold typically heads in the opposite direction of the indices. All right. Bitcoin, nice little M formation. Got an arrow there pointing down. Look at that zone. Ethereum chilling out. UK 100. UK 100. I got to learn this pair. It's we'll see what happens. It's it just qualified for strategy number 9. So let's see what happens. I might have to watch this pair a little more. The last time I qualified for strategy 9, let's see here. That dropped 122 pips. This one dropped 119 pips. This time right here, it dropped 200 pips. Man, strategy 9 all day on this bad boy. This move dropped 263 pips. I like UK 100. We may have to trade this one a lot more often. I'm gonna keep looking at that one, guys. We may have to start taking some trades on UK 100. I'm gonna take some on demo first. I need to understand how your actual pips work. So I can let you guys know. But yeah, shout out to everybody that held GJ. Got the full 20 pips. All right. Brand new $500 account. We're up 5% for the day. And man, that's great. 5% today. We just keep on working it. We get 5% tomorrow, and 5% the day after that, and 5% the day after that. We just keep compounding. By the end of the week, we're up 20-25%. It's a good week. You know what I'm saying? It's a good week. Somebody asked about VPS. So right now, the VPS company we're with, again, we're growing at an astronomical rate. And a lot of the countries that this company we're utilizing, they have servers in different countries. And one of the countries that has the majority of the servers that we use right now, because of the snowstorms that's going on overseas as well. It's not just America, guys. It's everywhere. There's snowstorms. Somebody from Greece contacted me and told me that they're seeing, weather they've never seen, he's never seen ever in his life living in Greece. So that's, I just let you know that, what precedented, times we're in right now when it comes to, global warming, if you believe in that type of thing, or just, just weather in general. All right. So that country, because of the weather, they didn't have the opportunity to upgrade their servers because they upgraded their servers based on capacity needed. And so they didn't have opportunity to upgrade their servers because they own their own servers. And so they didn't get a chance to upgrade them because of the snowstorms that was over there. So that's the reason why there's a delay. You should be receiving your VPS between today and Monday, the 23rd. All right. Or the Tuesday, Monday, the 23rd. All right. Tuesday, next Tuesday. What's today's date? Today, right now, is the Thursday, the 18th. So that means Tuesday with the 16th. So that'd be next Tuesday. So it's probably this coming Tuesday. All right, this coming Tuesday. All right, this coming Tuesday. So let's go over strategy number 8. All right, strategy number 8. So strategy number 8 is a Fibonacci strategy. It's a strategy you want to use when your zones are far apart or you have clear skies. I prefer clear skies. All right. All right. So imagine we're looking at this setup right here. What you want to do with strategy number 8 is you're waiting for a pullback, all right, a retracement of the blue line, the arrow moving average. Don't worry about the 200 right now. So the arrow moving average. Matter of fact, let's take off the 200 so you guys don't get confused. If you're going to use the 200 moving average on your charts, make sure you're only using that for strategy number 9. Do not get it confused with any other strategy. All right. So I'm looking at this pullback here. All right. Imagine we're right here and we're looking for the setup. Strategy number 8 can be used for entry outside of the money zone. Don't worry about the money zone with strategy number 8. All right. So right here is my next pull. This is my, let's say we're here. This is the current pullback. Or actually, let's go here. Because this is the most current pullback, right? It's the most current pullback. The previous pullback was right here. All right. Even though you got a green candle here, it closed below the wick. Below the moving average. So first of all, you want to have your Fibonacci and your settings set up correctly. And you see here are the settings. All right, right here. All right, here are the settings. You have what? You have the 100, the 79, the 62, the 50, the 38, the 0, and then you have your negative 38, negative 50, negative 62. If you want to know how to set these up, go watch strategy video number 8. Got to watch strategy video number 8, guys. All right. I'll go over here, but I'm not going to give you all the sauce because you guys should be watching the video. That's what they're there for. All right. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw, because we're in a downtrend. You always want to trade with the trend. I'm going to draw this with the trend. So I'm going to set up wick to wick. All right. So the starting point, the 100 will be here. The 0 line will be here, because here's the current retrace. And this retrace right here is what? It's the current retrace. Therefore, we want the 100 line to be at the top of the previous retrace. And then we want the 0 line of the fib to be at what? To be at the lowest point before the current retrace. Then you zoom in. All right. We zoom in. All right. And we can see here. Where we at? Go back here. You got some rejection here, boom, boom. But for me, it's not one of the candle formations that I like to utilize. So for me, I wouldn't have taken this trade because it didn't give me the formations that I like. All right. Didn't give me the formations that I like. If I had a longer wick on this one, that would have been an inverted hammer, which I like to see, but that wick's not long enough for me. I'd have liked to see a wick way up here, that way in a smaller body. That give me the inverted hammer that I like to see. Arrow UK 100 for a sale. There go to sale. Boom, bounce, arrow, bounce, arrow. We're just gonna watch UK 100 right now, guys. If we took strategy number 9 right now, we would have been up 136 pips right now. Hey, this UK 100, guys, may be that next London session pair that we just catch mad pips on, like we did when we first started trading the crypto. All right, that might be the next pair. I like the way it's moving. I like it. So I am going to enter into a sale on SPX 500. It qualifies for strategy number what? Number 9. We're in a downtrend and it qualifies. I'll talk about why it qualifies later. I'm going to go for 50 pips because that's what I go for when I trade SPX 500. 50 pips. 50. 50 pips would be what? 500 pips, it'll say. Boom, 504. All right. So I'm gonna go 50 pips. All right. And we're already in profit, dog. Already in profit. +7. See what we can get out of this bad boy. When I see about 35, 40 pips is when I put my take profit, my stop loss in profit. So my stop loss, I'm put at 100 pips. This is where you got to manage your risk, guys. This is where you got to manage your risk. Lower your lot size on these indices and crypto because they are very volatile. Very volatile. All right. Now, we were on a euro. So hey, I didn't like that. I don't like that. Let me go find one that I like. And there are many setups you can have. +10 pips on SPX 500, guys. Let me try to find another setup here. Nope. Let me find one, guys. Give me 1 second here. Let me try to find. Well, GCAS still moving. Golly. Same thing, guys. Has run up, push down. W formation. Shoo. If you have not watched strategy video number 7, you are missing out. That's all I can say. That is all I can say. All right, this should be a good one here. Let me make sure it lines up real quick. All right, if you're in the SPX trade, guys, SPX sell, we are +21 on our way to 50 pips. We are +21. We entered in this trade based on strategy number 9. I will show you this strategy and why we're getting ready, or we're halfway to our TP just about. All right, I'll show this one to you. So I'm going for 50 pips on this trade right here. I may even cut it in half because this is a New York session pair, and we are trading it outside of session. But I feel pretty good about this. We got some good movement on here. We're just gonna let it play out. We're gonna let it play out. I feel good. Gold is heading up. You know, gold chilling now, but it's in overall. It's heading up. SPX where we were heading down. So, all right. GBP NZD. So GBP NZD is what? GBP NZD is in an uptrend. More greens than reds. If we zoom out all the way, significantly more. As you see right here, we're going off of this retrace. So imagine we are here. All right, imagine we're here. We finally got price to come back on below the moving average. All right, so we do what? When that happens, we do what? We go back to our previous retrace. Here's our previous retrace at the lowest point. All right, so we measure there from bottom to top. When you're uptrend, it's bottom to top. When you're downtrend, it's top to bottom. All right, so we go from bottom to top, and the top is here because this is the highest point before the retrace. All right. Now, what we do is we zoom in to go see, while what we're waiting for is one of the 5 rejections off of the trend line, off of the moving averages that we're looking for. We're looking for one of those 5 candlestick rejections. All right, looking for one of those rejections. And what do you look at that? Hammer right here off of the 50. All right, off the 50. We got a hammer. So my entry is right here. And boom, we had another hammer off the 50. And then you had 2 candles later, you had an engulfing candle pattern off the 50 as well. Multiple entries right here that show you a buy. Multiple. All right. And for me, I like to take this trade, back to the 0 line, which is right here. All right. So for that entry, you take it to the 0 line. To the 0 line is 57 pips. Your stop loss is going to be what? It's going to be 5 pips below the next fib level. So if we got rejections off the 50, the next fib level is where? The 62. And so we want 5 pips below the 62. The 62 is at 1.91507. So that means we need to be at 1.90457. About right there. That's 45.4. That's close enough. So that's 5 pips below the next fib level, because this is the next fib level here, the 62. All right. As you can clearly see here, when we got our entry there, guess what? Our drawdown is 4 pips, and came back down here. We were broke even here. It ran up 57 pips. You can take that and be happy. And it came back down, and then boom, it went up and hit our take profit at a 0 line, 72.5 pips. You got a 4 pip drawdown to catch 72.5 pips. So for those who wanted a strategy that has better risk to reward ratio, this is it. This is one of those strategies. We are halfway to our take profit on SPX 500 plus 25. Once I see about plus 30, plus 35 pips, I'm going to put my stop loss in profit to make sure that we lock in our profit. We have a winning trade. Right now, we are plus 24, plus 25 pips. We're halfway to our take profit on that SPX trade. Strategy number 9. I let your boy about to be 4-0 for today. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Halfway there. Come on, baby. Just take us out of misery. Take us out of misery. All right. So that's how that works out when it comes to strategy number 8. For those that are utilizing trading with FTMO, strategy number 8 is a great strategy to utilize. For those that are trading, period, strategy number 8, if you can understand and are ready to comprehend how it works, that is a great strategy for you. All right. Low risk to reward. Because again, our stop loss would have been down here. So we're only going to risk 27, not the full 40, not 40 pip stop loss. We're only risking 27 pips to catch 72. That's a 1 to 2.5 ratio. All right. That's a 1 to 2.5 ratio. All right. 1 to 2.5 ratio, guys. 1 to 2 point. We got another down arrow. I'm feeling good about getting that 50 pips now. Now I got that bag entry. Bounce, arrow, go time, baby. Now I'm feeling good about that 50 pips. We entered in early. You guys see how strategy number 9 gets you in early? Strategy number 9 can get you in early. Early. All right. But yes, you risked 27 to catch 72. And you hit it. And you only was down 3.5 pips or 4 pips. That's a great setup, guys. That's a great setup. So if you're looking for better setups, sometimes these setups are they take a little longer to come together when you talk about the fibs, but they typically pan out. Why? Because price repeats itself, and price repeats itself over and over again, typically at fib levels, because fib levels are a sequence of numbers that repeat over and over again. If you go watch the strategy number 8 video, you'll understand what I mean. All right, you understand what I mean? Come on, baby. He was halfway there. He was at 30 pips. Should have took it at 25. Should have took it at 25. Why? Because we are not in session. Might start cutting that. Might have to start cutting that early. I'm a conservative trader, guys. I'm not an aggressive trader. I might over leverage a little bit. That's about as aggressive as I get. But when it comes to trying to catch more pips, I am a pretty conservative trader. All right, pretty conservative. 30 pips, I think we would have been at what, 15 bucks? Where we at right now? We're up 7 pips, 330. Yeah. So we've been about $12.50, which is that's 2.5% just on a $500 account. That'd have been good movement. That'd been good money. That would have been good money. We're already up 5%, so that'd have been 2.5 more. We've been up 7.5%, almost 8% in a day. That's good returns, guys. That's good returns. Can you do better? Of course you can. But when you manage proper risk management, you're not going to be growing your account super crazy unless you're just trading all day long. Again, this account, when I give you guys access to it, is only going to have, and I'll tell you this, guys, when I get to 25, back to 25, I'm taking profit. When we get back, if we get back to 25 plus 25, I'm taking profit. Unless we just get a hard push down. But back to 25 plus 25, I'm taking profit because we are outside of New York session. I go for 50 pips inside New York. But that's just me. That's just me. I like the setup though. So yeah. So that's strategy number 8. So strategy number 9. Well, let's go over strategy number 9. All right. We'll go over strategy number 9 real quick. So strategy number 9 is what you see here on the chart. You have the what? You have the 200 moving average. Now, let's go over it with GU because I explained that one very clearly. All right, very clearly with GU. All right, so GU, there is a market maker cycle. Right, so a market maker in a uptrend will have a pattern that looks very similar to this. It's a W. All right, followed by a V. Followed by another V. All right, and then ending. What's he doing to me here? Ending with an M. All right. And then when they're in a downtrend, all right, GER 30 for sale. When they're in a downtrend, it's the opposite. All right. They take this M and they go from we'll do it here. M. Come on, S&P. M. A. A. And then it ends with, you guessed it, ZW. All right, uptrend, downtrend. Typically, this uptrend or downtrend will last 3 to 5 days. All right. Now, if the overall trend that you guys know, you count the zones, is an uptrend, you will see that the market maker cycle will be longer than the counter trend. All right. Typically, it'd be more pips, it'd be a longer trend. So, for example, as you can see here in GU, overall trend is what? Is up. And you can see here, here's the W, W, V, 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 and you got the M up here. All right. And then you got a short downtrend and a bigger uptrend. So you can see that the market maker has cycle both ways, but the cycle will be less in a counter trend direction. That's why you want to take the market maker's cycle trade with the trend, because you typically will have the better opportunity of catching more pips because the trend will be longer when you're taking the market maker cycle with the overall trend. All right. All right. That's what it looks like. Hold on, let's go look at S&P 500 right now. I'm a little upset about that. Dang, just a good 25 pips. Matter of fact, let me move this, take profit up. Get my 25 pips. I think I said that the first time. I didn't even set it there. Big dummy. Come on, Nate. 25 on a dot. Lock those in when they come back down. All right. So let's see. All right. So those are the cycles. Uptrend cycle, WVVM. Downtrend cycle, MAAW. All right. These are A's right here. Just imagine if there was a line through them. All right. WVVM, MAAW. The W will be planted in the support most of the time. The M will be planted at resistance. All right. All right. So that's what I was talking about earlier. When you see this here, here's the M. All right. Here's the M. All right. There's an M. Here's an A. And it could be more than one A. It could be perfect. It could not be. The market makers are not going to make it look the exact same every time. Why? Because if they made it look the exact same every time, then we would catch on to the pattern. The guy I learned this from, he was taught this from a market maker. I have just recently come in contact with somebody who's going to put me in touch with the market maker, and I'm going to learn to see if there's, hopefully have the opportunity to talk to them myself and see if there's an opportunity to learn something from them. All right. Has anything changed? So we got an M, we got an A, got multiple A's. Here's another A right here. Multiple A's. All right. Just to fake you out. All right. Just to fake you out. All right. Now here's the trick. Here's when you know the fake out is coming. The trend is down, right? We see this here. The overall trend is down. Overall trend is down. We see that. We got an M, A, we got multiple A's here. And then guess what? We then have a what? Leg 1. Leg 2. Leg 3. And then leg number 4 of the W. And it's over. All right. And now it's heading back up. All right. All right. Now here's the beautiful thing. The trend is down. So everybody's RA, GU's selling. It sell. Now look what happens here. The fake out happens during London session breakout. I'm sorry, Asia session breakout. So it doesn't matter what pair. During Asia session is when the setup happens, either Asia session or going into the beginning of London. As you can see here, trend was down, came back up. So now you got a fake out. So now people are faking out like, oh, the trend is over with. Buy, 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 buy. They're buying. All their strategies, all their strategies they have are lining up. Buy, 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 buy. And then guess what? Then look what happened. Boom, shoots down. One push, two push, three push to the downside. Three pushes down. That's going to typically happen. So here's the fake out. All the people that had to trade right the first time got faked out or stopped out because they over leveraged, got faked out or stopped out. So they either got too scared. And then guess what? Then the real move happened. Boom. So once the market maker faked enough people out and got enough money trapped down here, then they said, all right, we're ready to go in the right direction. And they took off. And they get out of Dodge really fast. You saw that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pushes. 5 pushes up. And they are from the bottom, they are 70 pips up. 5 pushes up, 70 pips up. Now your count is blown, or you're scared and close it out, or you're trying to hold it and this thing's still going up and you're praying it comes back down. It ain't coming down for a while because now this cycle is what? Now the cycle is up. All right. Now, because the cycle is up, here is how you trade the market maker's trend. All right, with the strategy. You place the 200 moving average on the chart. You want to collect this icon right here, the gold folder with the gold star. You want to come over here to where it says indicators. Select open up indicator, hit the plus button. Come to trend, hit the plus button right here on trend. Go to moving average. Double click on moving average. Change this to 200. Shift 0. MA method is going to be exponential. Apply to what? Apply to close. My style or the color is magenta. I changed mine to be a little fatter, my line. And then I hit OK. All right, hit OK, and boom, it puts the magenta on the chart. All right, now a lot of you guys are confused about the strategies. I'll put some rules in the chat. Let me go look at S&P 500. We got a zone that popped up too, guys. When the zone pops up, you're supposed to exit the trade immediately. Let me see what gold is doing. I'm holding. That's just me. You do what you guys want. Zone popped up. I am going to hold and hope and look to see if we can catch this this retrace. It's just a little retrace here. We should have got out of 25 pips the first time because we're out of session. S&P 500 is a New York session pair. As you can see here, nice drop during New York session. That's a nice strategy number 9 right there. You see that strategy number 9 you'd have been in. Strategy number 9 you'd have been in here. Retrace of 15 pips, and then it dropped 293. So if you trade this bad boy during New York session, you have the best opportunity of catching some crazy pips. So I'm gonna try to break even on this, guys. Maybe catch a pip or two, and then close out. So I'm looking for the retrace back down. Yep, I'm gonna wait for the retrace on this. Should have got at 25 pips. All right. So here's the strategy. You throw the 200 moving average on. All right. When you are in a uptrend, let me go find another pair that matches up real quick. Hold on real quick. Actually, we'll go to S&P 500. All right. So on S&P 500, we are what? We are in a downtrend. More red zones than green zones, right? More red zones than green zones. So guess what? What we're doing is we are waiting for we are waiting for the AIRO moving average, which is the blue line, to cross below the purple or the magenta. All right. When that happens, now we are looking for it. So now we're looking for the setup. The cross doesn't mean take the trade. The cross means now look for the setup. Because once the cross happens, now you're looking for what? Now you're waiting for price to retrace. You want price to touch the 200. And then you want price to reverse back into the overall trend and close below the 200 and close below the AIRO moving average. Also, you want the AIRO moving average to be below the 200. If the AIRO moving average is below the 200, price touched the 200 and came back down, guess what? Look at that trade. Here it is. Price, AIRO moving average crossed below the 200. Price came up, touched the 200 here, came back down below both the 200 and the AIRO moving average right here. You get in the trade here. It dropped on you 84 pips. You had a drawdown of 6 pips. That's it. That's what you're looking for. All right. Here did the same thing. We got a little late in, but it dropped 41 pips. All right. Dropped 41 pips. That's what you're waiting for. Your entry is what? Your entry is price retrace after the cross, price retracing, hitting the 200, coming back and closing below. And it's the opposite for what? For the buy trend. So when it's in a buy trend, let's go try to find one in a buy trend. You know, gold's not a buy trend. All right, bet. Here we go. GCAD. Let me zoom out all the way. We are in an uptrend. Clear as mud. Clear as mud. All right. Cross right happening right here. AIRO moving average above the 200. Great. Now we're waiting for what? Now we're waiting for price to come back and touch the 200 again. All right. Retrace and touch the 200. It did right here. Came back above. Boom, boom, boom. Right here. On Forex pairs, you're looking for 20 pips. 22.7. Boom. Done. Even, you know, corresponding with a bag entry. Done. Came back down. Touched the 200. Didn't close back above. Came back below it. That's fine. But when it came back above both the 200 and the AIRO moving average, the AIRO moving average is now below. So now it didn't qualify. But guess what? AIRO moving average crossed back above. Price came back down, touched the 200 multiple times. Touched it here. Came back above. Boom, boom, boom. Ran up 30 pips. Touched it again here. Came back above. Ran up 29 pips. You get your 20 pips all day, or your 25 pips all day. Could even get 50. Got 50 right here on this one. Came back down above. Ran up on 64 pips right there. All right. Now, the rule is, of course, if the zones are there, don't take the trade. Do not take the trade if the zones are there. All right. If the zone is not there, or the zone is more than 25 or 50 pips away, take the trade. TP1 is 25 pips. TP2 is 50 pips. Stop loss is 25 pips. So it's either going to be a 1-to-1 trade or a 1-to-2 trade. All right. You're going to always risk 25 pips to catch 25, or risk 25 to catch 50. Now, the trade that I would say has the best opportunity of catching 50 pips is if you can catch the what on GU. If you can catch the actual cycle. MAAAW take off over 50 pips. So if you know how to catch the actual move, which takes more time, you can count 50 pips. It's going to happen often, more often than not. And those 50 pips, you can take it through the zone. If you guys remember, people ask, why did I take GU trade? There were multiple zones here, multiple zones. So I didn't take the trade. But if you've mastered this strategy, you can take the trade through the zones. People do it all the time. Those that are skilled and understand how to trade are willing to risk trading through the zones because they understand that the trade will go through the zones. Zones are broken all the time. You guys saw here on GU, those zones got broken. That's why they're not there anymore. All right. That is strategy number 9, market maker. All right. Now, S&P 500, come on, baby. Get this drop. Get us out break even, or even a pip or two in profit. We should have took it 25. I said it early, but I didn't set it. That's my fault, guys. My fault. We're going to let it drop a little bit here. We'll come back down. There's a little retrace, nothing crazy. Let it come back down here. We'll close it out. A little bit of profit, maybe at break even, and get us out of this trade. The reason why I wanted 25 pips on this trade, and I said that in the very beginning before we took the trade, but then when we took the trade, I was looking for 50 pips. I wanted 25 is because we're trading S&P 500 out of session. All right. If you're trading a certain pair out of its session, the likelihood of that pair moving in a direction, a certain amount of pips that you're usually used to getting while it's in session, the opportunity for it lessens. So that the probability that it's going to move 50 pips, because I could typically catch a 50 pip move on S&P 500, the probability lessens when you trade that pair out of session. That's why I always talk about I don't trade that pair, because the pair that I typically trade during London session, because that's typically when I trade. I don't typically get up for New York. But when I do get up for New York, I'm typically trading only gold and S&P 500, because gold and S&P 500 move during New York session. All right, this is S&P 500. It's a New York session pair. So if I do trade it, I'm looking for typically 25 pips out of session. In session, I'm looking for 50 pips or more. Sometimes I'll take it past 50 pips. Now, let's talk about strategy number 10. So strategy number 10 is going to come out this week. That's the bank induction move. All right. So the bank induction move. Let's go back to GU. Let's see if I see a setup here for it real quick. Setup, baby. Where's the setup, baby? I need a setup. All right, here we go. So and we are at 4 o'clock, guys. So I'm going to go over this strategy, and then we will call it quits here. Strategy number 10. I'm going to go over this real quick. Here's our M, our first M. Then we got an A. Then we have what? Then we have another A. All right. Come on, S&P. Then you got a bigger A. And right now you're in 1, 2, 3 days, 4, 5 days now. So EURGBP, I'm expecting it to start to turn around going in the New York session for a short stint. All right, so you got to get the gist. Now you know where we're at in the cycle. Yes, the M is not into the zone. That's fine. It's not going to always be perfect. Again, that's the whole gist of the what? Of the trade. All right, so here's the M, A, and it's still going into the 5th day. All right. Now, so we know what the cycle is, right? So we know the cycle is a downtrend. You got price underneath the 200. All right. So we know we're in a downtrend. All right. Now, guess what? These A's are nothing but retraces. They're pulling back in the overall trend. A is a pullback. That pullback typically happens inside of Asia session or at the start of New York or London. All right. So look at this pullback, start of London. Now, if we zoom in to this London session time frame, look what you're going to see. Look at that up. You got 2 down arrows, but you got 1 up arrow. All right. That up arrow is, as long as you take this up arrow, you have to know where they're at. This up arrow is what? This is what's called a bank induction move, which means that when you see that, your trade, you enter in an opposite direction next trade. So the very next candle, you enter into a sell right here. We would enter into a sell next candle, and you take profit 20 pips. It dropped in the next 3 candles, 15 pips. It took us about a couple hours, but we got our 20 pips. 21. Took a couple hours, but we got 21 pips. All right, we got our 20 pips. Now, what does bank induction mean? All right, so here's the game. All right, the reason why price pulled back, everyone thinks that the banks and hedge funds, we talk about it, they don't move the market. They have the money, so they entice the market makers to move the market, because the market makers are the one that create the bid and ask. The bid and ask is where price goes, up or down. So if the bid and ask move higher, price moves higher. If the bid and ask move lower, price moves lower. All right. Now, the market makers are greedy. They're here for one reason and one reason only, to get paid. So if the bank has $100 million trade they want to put on, they have to do what? Remember, the market maker has 2 jobs. So if you watch strategy number 8, please watch it. The market maker has 2 jobs. Job number 1 is to create the bid and ask. Job number 2 is to match up buyers and sellers and buyers. So for every buyer, there has to be a seller. For every seller, there has to be a buyer. So if a bank wants to put on $100 million trade, they have to have $100 million worth of opposite trades, all right, to match up to their trade. So guess what? The bank says, hey, I know where the market is at in the market maker's trend. I want to sell, but there's not enough money there. So what I'm going to do is the bank says, hey, I'm going to put a trade here, a pending order of $10 million. All right, $10 million. So guess what? The market maker sees that and they says, oh, okay, we're going to slowly move up there. That's the fake out. Remember what I was talking about? Now it's over the moving average. Other trades, the retrace for Fibonacci happens. They set it up perfectly. So everybody's strategies are going off. Everybody that doesn't have AIRO says, oh, the market's changing. It's been in the sale for the last couple of days. Now we got to retrace, buy. Everybody's buying. But then guess what? The bank says, all right, great. We got enough people on there. Now the bank says, I want to put on a $100 million trade, which is what they originally want to put on right here. So now guess what? Now the market makers see that, oh, we got all our money up here, got our 10 million plus everybody else that was buying. They shoot down because they saw a $100 million order come up. They shoot down, they come back up because what? They're being greedy. They come back up because people saw that real shoot back down and it's come back up. People are putting more money up there. They're putting more orders. Oh, we're fine. Or they're pulling their stop loss closer, they're getting scared, or they're doing what? Or they're putting more pending orders. Like, okay, it's just a quick little retracement. I'm gonna catch this buy heading back up. And so people put pending orders up here. So the market maker goes back up there, gets all those trades, and they move back in the direction they want to move. They move back in the direction they want to move. That's it. It's all they do all day long. That's why this bank induction works. Because the banks have to buy if they want to sell. They have to entice $100 million worth of buying power because they want to put on $100 million worth of sales, because what? They know where they are at in the market maker cycle. All right. That's why it works often. That is why it works. All right. Because the banks have to buy to sell. They have to sell to buy. Now, here's the beautiful thing is they put a trade on down here, but they never close this trade right here. It's a sale. It's a buy. It's a buy. So they're in negative, but the banks have unlimited buying power. And the banks are going to keep that trade on there until what? Until price comes back up there and gets them out. Well, look what happened right there. Came back, broke even, then the market dropped. What a coincidence. Not a coincidence. The banks just know what they're doing. If you had enough money, you could do the exact same thing. All right. That's the banks. Price comes back, gets them out, heads on back down. They broke even. They don't care. So that $10 million trade was in big negative here, but their $100 million trade was making big money. They got out somewhere in this area down here. Price turned around, came back, got them out, broke even, and then did what? Then they continued downward. That's it. It's all they do. Every day, all day, over and over. So the rule is, as long as you know where you're at within the market maker cycle, whenever you get an up arrow into the resistance zone for a buy in a sell trend, take a trade in the opposite direction for 20 pips. If you're in a sale and you know where you're at in the market maker cycle, take a buy, if you get a sell arrow into the zone, because you're taking a trend, you're taking a trade in the direction of the market maker cycle, not in the direction of the arrow. All right, this is an advanced level strategy. If you don't understand it yet, take your time with strategies 1 through 9. Then you can get into 10. Number 10 is easier to understand than number 9, but you need to understand strategy number 9 before you start to execute strategy number 10. All right. So as long as you know where you're at in the market maker cycle, always look to execute the opposite direction. All right. The opposite direction. All right, guys, that's all I got. We are negative 23 pips right now for those who didn't close out on S&P 500. We should have closed out at 25. I'm waiting to get back to break even or in profit even 1 pip, and I'm closing my trade out. If this thing goes negative 50, I'm not going to let it go negative 100. If it goes negative 50, I'm out. I can tell you that right now. But we should be able to get out. We should be able to get out. So I'm going to move my stop loss down. But I'm not risking more than 50 pips. And if this thing runs, I'm going to let it run in profit as well. We'll see how fast it moves down there. But boom. So I put my stop loss at 50 pips now. Take profit at 25. Should have got at 25 in the first place. Once I get back in profit, I'm getting out of the trade. And I got to get it all the way in profit. So remember, just because it says +1 or +2, if your commission is not covered, your overall trade would be in the negative. So I'm waiting to get back in profit on this trade, and then I'm getting out. If it does shoot down, you get a nice little long candle, I might try to catch a couple pips off of it. But I'm not risking more than 50 pips on this trade. All right. For those who listened to me in the beginning, got out at 25 already. I forgot I even said that. So I'm looking to either get out at 25 pips or just in profit so I can not lose on this trade. We should be good to go to come down. And then, if you're trading New York session, you should be good to go. So, so I got, guys, we're up on this account 5%. We'll see what we end up at with this trade right here, but we're up 3 for 3. We took a trade in GCAD, took a trade in GJ, and a buy in GN. We won all 3 of those, and we are in a S&P 500 sale right now. We were up 20. We were up 30 pips. Should have took the trade, but it's all good. We'll get some profit here on this one and get out. Glad to be back, guys. Glad to see you guys. Glad we had a good night. Hope you learned something with strategies 8, 9, and 10. We'll continue to go over these so you guys can click. Again, if you're not ready for these strategies and you have to keep asking questions, that means you're probably not ready for it. They are very simplistic ways of explaining them, as a way I've explained them, and the setups. So ensure that you're mastering the earlier strategies before you try to do the advanced strategies. Got to walk before you run. If you're going to trade, make sure you trade responsibly. And as always, I will see you guys in the funny papers. Thanks, guys.